Why do we keep telling ourselves, I will do it tomorrow, when tomorrow never comes? We know there is a better version of life waiting for us. We can see it clearly in our mind. But when the moment comes to actually move, comfort pulls us back into the same place. And that is where the problem begins. Dreams feels real in our head, but our actions keep showing that we are avoiding the life we say we want. So why does it feel so double-sided? Most people call this laziness, and I get why it looks that way. We have a dream, we know the work is there, and still we keep stepping away from it. But the truth is deeper than that. Our dreams can be real, while another part of us is still trying to escape the pressure, the effort, and the fear that comes with actually starting. So let us break this down today, because if we understand the pattern, we can start seeing what is really happening inside us. The first thing we need to understand is that the brain does not only chase dreams, the brain also tries to protect us from discomfort. That means the moment a goal becomes real, it stops feeling like a fantasy and starts feeling like an obstacle. In our imagination, success feels exciting. In real life, it asks for focus, effort, patience, risk, and the possibility that we might fail. That is where the inside battle begins. The morning begins with a quiet promise. For a moment, it feels like this could be the day we finally move. We know what needs to happen, and suddenly, the phone is in our hand. One quick look becomes a longer escape, and the best part of the day slips away. After that, the mind tries to save the plan by moving it forward. We say we will start later, when we feel clearer. But later arrives, the body feels tired, the focus is weaker, and the same excuse comes back. Tomorrow will be different. By night, the guilt is waiting, because tomorrow was the same promise we made yesterday. That cycle is dangerous, because it does not feel like failure while it is happening. It feels like delay. It feels like we are still in control. But every time we delay, we teach the brain that avoiding the work is an option. The goal stays in our mind, but our behavior keeps voting for the old life. That is how a person can be ambitious in thoughts and passive in reality. The deeper problem is that work starts to feel like a threat. When we think about the thing we need to do, the brain does not only see the result, it sees the effort, the uncertainty, the awkward beginning, and the fear that we might try and still not be good enough. So the brain looks for something easier. It pulls us toward the phone, another distraction, or another plan that feels useful without making us face the uncomfortable part. That quick relief gives dopamine, and the brain remembers it. It learns that when pressure appears, distraction makes the pressure disappear. So the next time we feel that pressure, the brain does not push us toward discipline. It pushes us toward escape. This is where our dreams becomes painful, because one part of us keeps imagining a bigger life, while another part keeps protecting us from the exact actions that would build it. So what happens inside of us? Two sides start pulling against each other. One side still wants more. It wants growth and a life that feels better than the one we have now. But the other side wants safety. It wants the familiar place, the familiar habits, and comfort that protects us from effort and starting as a beginner. So comfort wins in the moment, because comfort gives relief right now, while our dreams ask us to struggle first and feel proud later. The problem is that comfort only looks kind in the beginning. It protects us from pain today, but it builds regret for later. Every avoided task becomes heavier, and every skipped day makes the dream feel further away. After a while, the goal itself starts to hurt, because it reminds us of the person we keep postponing. This is why calling ourselves lazy does not fix anything. Shame might create one intense burst of action, but it does not rebuild the pattern. What helps is seeing the real mechanism clearly. The brain is trying to protect us from discomfort, but we have to teach it that it is okay to feel discomfort. Feeling resistance before the work is not a sign to stop. It is the entrance. But what is the way out then? The way out is not waiting until we feel like a different person. That is another trap. The way out begins when we make action smaller than the fear. Not by creating a perfect routine that looks good on paper, but by proving, in real life, that we can move while the resistance is still there. The first win is not about doing everything. The first win is breaking the agreement with tomorrow, because tomorrow becomes addictive. It gives us the emotional reward of feeling like we still have a plan, without forcing us to pay the price today. I will do it tomorrow sounds harmless, but when it becomes our identity, it turns into a prison. The older version of us is going to feel the regret of what we keep avoiding today. The same way we can already look back and feel pain over the things we did not start 5 or 10 years ago. There will be a future version of us looking back at this moment, wishing we had stopped saying tomorrow and finally did something today. So let me wrap it up. Being ambitious, but never taking action, is not always about not wanting it enough. A lot of the time, it is about a brain that has learned to escape pressure before pressure turns into progress. We dream because we know there is more in us. We avoid because the path toward that dream time feels uncomfortable, uncertain, and real. But if we keep choosing short-term relief, our future does not disappear loudly. It disappears quietly. And the way to break that cycle is not to wait until we feel ready. It is to do it anyway, even when we do not feel like it. Because every time we act, while that inner voice is telling us to choose comfort instead, we weaken the voice that has been keeping us stuck in the same place.